So we didn't just build a new business AI platform. We built it, and then we used it natively to really completely change the portfolio of products we have into a truly autonomous suite. Underpinning the autonomous suite are out-of-the-box agents, hundreds of agents cutting across all core business processes. These agents come together into what we call assistants or Joule Assistants. We've mapped these assistants to roles across the core processes of an organization because we know that the first step in realizing value from AI is to empower your people to do more, do it better, or do things that just weren't possible to be done before. These assistants can be triggered by humans, they could be system triggered with humans in the loop, or ultimately set up to run autonomously, collaborating across multiple assistants once you have built the right trust and confidence in the results of their execution. They're also designed with outcomes as a core objective. Each assistant has a defined set of KPIs that you can expect it to deliver. The outcomes are then tracked in the SAP AI Agent Hub that Philip showed to ensure full transparency and accountability to you and your business. Because ultimately, what you want is positive business impact rather than just a count of agents deployed as the measure of success for your business. We also know that no two businesses are alike. So not every agent is going to work completely out of the box for you. And for this reason, we've made extensibility a core design principle. You can extend any of these agents by adding tools, workflow steps, and even code through the same simple experience that you saw in Joule Studio earlier. This allows you also to connect them to your non-SAP application because we know you're going to have to do that. You can, of course, also add completely new custom agents to any of these assistants to complete the autonomous execution for your enterprise. But we didn't just stop there. We know that the traceability and auditability of the agents is critical for you to build your confidence and leverage them at scale. And that is why we're proud to announce that we follow a SOX audit-compatible ISO-certified development process for building these agents. All our agents are built on this certified compliance framework developed in coordination with our own auditing firm as well as an external audit partner to ensure audit readiness at the agent level, particularly for the audit-relevant agents. Multiple assistants then come together to form an autonomous domain. In autonomous finance, for instance, we have assistants for AP, for AR, for treasury, for controlling, and so on. An assistant for every role, each with its N number of agents and with its uniquely defined outcomes. We have built these autonomous domains, again, not just for finance, but across the entirety of your core business processes. So let's go through them. In autonomous spend, we have assistants from supplier management to sourcing, contracting, and buying. For autonomous supply chain, we have assistants spanning the entire make-to-deliver processes. For autonomous HCM, we have assistants like recruiting, payroll, and career and development that cut through the entire HCM set of processes. And finally, for autonomous CX, we have assistants covering sales, service, commerce, and marketing processes. All of these domains then come together to help you become an autonomous enterprise, allowing you now as an organization to do things better, more efficiently, and unlock value that you just weren't able to unlock before. Across all of these domains, we're proud to be launching 224 agents and 51 assistants, a number that will only grow monthly from here on out. So we built all of these assistants, and we made extensibility a first-class principle. But we realized that there was still something missing, something big. Your company context. The organizational memory of your company that sits in the minds of people that have executed those processes for years and years. This knowledge often referred to as decision traces, often sits as unstructured data encapsulated in process models, policy documentation, even chats, and long emails, making it effectively invisible to any agent on any agentic platform. So we built something to address this tribal knowledge gap, something we call the company memory. Company memory is a knowledge management layer, or you can call it a context graph for your company specifically. It's built on the same foundation as SAP Signavio, so it's already natively aware of your process models and your process insights. You can additionally feed it your policies and procedures document, relevant content from Teams and Slack channels, and even long email approval chains or exception chains, from which it then extracts what we call process atoms, which are small structured units of business process knowledge. Each one can guide an agent on what to look for, what to do, and more importantly, what not to do. When an agent makes a call, it also maintains traces for full transparency and control. When it runs into an exception, it adds to the company memory on how it dealt with that exception. You, of course, have the power to directly update a rule, review a rule, a process atom manually, and once done, all agents adapt to it instantly. This is what allows us to bring the best of the public LLMs, SAP's unique context layer, and your own company context together to really deliver the results that you can rely on. You can clap. I think there's a couple people that liked it in the back. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. You love the assistants and the agents, and you love the company memory story, and you can't wait it to deploy in your landscape. But you still might have a long way to go before you complete your modernization journey to our latest cloud applications. However, your business, of course, expects you to deliver value today. Well, we've thought of that too. And we're really excited to announce that we are enabling a significant percentage of these Joule assistants and agents to work in hybrid landscapes with the ability to connect to your S/4 on-premises and ECC landscapes. I thought I wouldn't need to prompt an applause for this one. That turned out to be true. This will be available for our customers that have started their modernization journey on RISE, of course. We've done this so you can start generating value from AI today on the SAP Business AI Platform while you're modernizing your estate. Finally, as you would expect, we're also proud to reiterate our commitment to openness and enabling A2A across all of these agents and assistants, because we know that some of you may have, unfortunately, selected other agentic platforms for your organization. So instead of having to rebuild all of these core business process agents from the ground up, you can use A2A to connect these with your agentic platform of choice to get the benefit of the outcome-driven, out-of-the-box, certified Joule agents and assistants. We've been working with early design customers, not just to build, but also to deploy and validate the results. So let's look through some of those stories. In finance domain, for instance, Bayer is leveraging our cash collections assistant to handle routine work autonomously while engaging humans only when needed, resulting in, of course, faster execution, smarter outreach, and more importantly, accelerated cash flow. On the supply chain side, Kaiser Compressors utilizing our product design assistant to help define product requirements, create and update product design, and hand it over to the execution engine. On the HCM side, Ericsson is leveraging intelligent role recommendations to implement aligned, consistent, and measurable goals across their 85,000 employees, so each one of them can have personalized recommendations on their own journeys. With the merchandising assistant in CX, Petco turns fragmented and inconsistent content checks into a guided workflow that scores content readiness, optimizes the product data, and surfaces assortment gaps for AI-based discoverability across all their channels. We're proud to be working with these organizations and many others to unlock value through SAP Business AI. Now, there's one thing that we've shown you all throughout the keynote, but we haven't yet explicitly talked about. And it's actually been present and working hard to even introduce all the speakers, and that's Joule itself. With Joule, we are fundamentally reimagining how users will interact with SAP applications in the future. It's probably no surprise to anyone here that as SAP, we're really very famous for our amazing user experiences in our core ERP applications. Though I think infamous might be the right word. I think our CEO actually was brave enough to show even some of our great screens from 10 years ago, I think. So we thought, since we're so famous, why don't we just completely change the paradigm of user interaction? Some call it zero UI these days, though the word headless also seems to be in vogue. We like to call it an appless experience and a no apps experience. Appless meaning an experience layer that allows you to interact with your underlying applications without having to be in them. And no apps meaning you don't even need now an app for it. The capability will generate itself on the fly for your users to use either one time or repeated use without you having to go build them. All of this and more is what is available in Spaces in Joule. Spaces is also where our agents interact very immersively with the user, what you saw just now in the financial close assistant with their human counterparts. Let's roll the video to take a deeper look into what Spaces are.
Spaces in Joule Work have been designed to help you get your job done. These spaces are unique, context-driven, built for the task at hand. They're outcome-driven, where humans and autonomous agents work together in harmony. The right information and actions are generated for you, providing structured insights and full control. Work directly with your content, confirm decisions, complete workflows, all without switching between applications. They are dynamically generated, transactional and analytical content that bring powerful business insights directly into your workflows. You always stay in control, and Joule Work comes with a full dark mode, because great software adapts to the person, not just the task. This is how modern work will get done.
Hopefully that's exciting. Joule Spaces, what you just saw, along with a completely reimagined Joule Conversations experience and a brand new Joule Studio 2.0 that Philip showed you, is now part of what we call Joule Work. With Joule Work, we're excited to announce that we're taking a massive step forward in supercharging the capabilities of Joule as we know it today. Internally, we even referred to it as the V10 version of Joule, though our marketing folks didn't like us branding it like that externally, so we kept it simple, Joule. Today, the Joule you know is RAG-based, limited in context, governance, and its action space and scalability. With Joule Work, we're bringing a claw-based agentic harness to Joule along with computer and file access, better support for open standards such as MCP and A2A, access to a more complete knowledge base, and of course, amazing visualizations on the fly. In the world of SaaS, we believe not all applications and application providers are created equal. At SAP, hopefully you see that we're busy rewriting the apps and the platform and the experiences playbook in a way that will unlock value for you that has never been possible before. Through the power of our Business AI platform and our Autonomous Suite, we have agents that drive outcomes, assistants that empower every role, autonomous domains that transforms entire functions, and a Joule experience that reshapes employee engagement.